As we continue to mourn the very great and gallant hero, he console which means the chalice of God, the Holy Grail himself.
Biafran warrior, he console. Freedom fighter man, he goes is our hero. He goes in a resting at the paradise.
You fought like a soldier, and you died like a soldier. You never betrayed our motherland. Your legacy lives on.
You are a gallant soldier, a fervent soldier, benevolent soldier. My brother, you will live on. Because you will live on. Because you are a hero.
What keep your back?
To be avenged, because it is appointed unto man to die only but once. It is the way you die. It is the way you exit the stage of man.
The sudden death is unbearable. I feel the pain from my innermost heart. You just have to say goodbye, my hero.
You left us, but you live on no bogo, Nante Wala Biafra, Njinji Jeji, Ala Juroye, Iai Lorota, ESN Commander, Umunde Rayanye, Konsamwala.
You are remorseless. You offended nobody, but they choose to keep you. You offended nobody, but they choose to keep you. We revenge them.
There will be no mercy. There will be no mercy, I'm telling you. No. Let that heaven fall. That will all perish. That is the will and the wish of the Most High in the evening.
Because your death will be remembered.
As Biafrans mourn you, the whole world mourns you too.
It truly pains my heart that you are no more.
You are a hero.
The shock can never go out from my heart that you are no more. Continue fighting.
You are a hero.
Remember the nation. Your sacrifices will never be forgotten. We will get Biafra reincarnate soon.
And the council will be avenged without apologies to any idiot wherever in the world. And work is ongoing to that effect, and we're not going to stop until the heads are complete. 2,000 of them.
Hello, Biafrans. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you might be. We want to welcome each and every one of you to this wonderful program this morning. This is Mazi Kim Patrick DK. It's my pleasure to have you. And I want to say sorry, Biafrans, because we haven't been able to make it here for some time now due to certain personal issues and also other activities that are related to what we are doing. That is why we haven't been able to come all week. But today we are here, and our purpose of coming here is to bring further attention to the sit-at-home that will be coming up on the 30th and the 31st, according to our leader, Mazin Namdekano. And with me is Mazi Solomon, who will also diving a little into that discussion of the sit-at-home. Mazi Solomon, you are welcome to the program. Can you please talk to Biafrans? It's been a long, they haven't seen you. I'm happy they are
Yeah.
they are happy to see you today. Welcome to the program, Mazi Solomon.
Thank you so much. I just hope that what you said is real, that they are happy to see me today. I thank everyone who is happy and who is not happy. Yes, the point where we are now does not require too much talk. It requires more of our senses and more of our common senses and certain actions, because the very period where we are at this very moment required for everybody to work very hard to put our people at safety. That is our job at this moment. I welcome everyone who will be listening to us tonight. I welcome Biafran all over the world as we are heading to the great event that will be taking place at 30th, from the 29 evening to 30th and to the 31st. To the 31st day. So as we are heading towards that very event, I welcome all Biafran all over the world who will be viewing this very program at this very moment. And every one of us are getting ready for that very event at here in Australia. It will be happening at Melbourne, and our people have already started flying, and some have already on the ground. Over there is going to be a big time for our people in Australia here. So it's very, very important. We remind our people all over the world that these are very, very important to observe. These are very, very important to participate. It's very, very important also to ensure that every instruction that are given as regard to that day in Biafran land are being followed. Very, very important, because the memorial of people who fought and died for you are very, very important, because the essence of life is all about memory. The only thing that is putting your life now ahead, that are making you strong, moving forward, is the things you could remember and observe. You went to school today and you see you are bright, he gave you a brighter job, you are doing your engineer job, you are doing your electrical job, or you are doing your scientific job. These are the result of things you can be able to memorize, the things you can be able to remember. They are the things that are actually putting your life in advantage. If you cannot remember, you cannot face any future. You cannot face even tomorrow. So we must remember these people who fought and died for us. They are very, very important, and they occupied a special place in our heart, and in which we cannot forget. All over the world is being done the same way that we are trying to practicalize it in our own space. Is being done the same. Is that at earlier of this month, Australia remember their heroes and heroes, and it fall on Sunday. The day of the remembrance fall on Sunday early in the morning, but they shifted it on Monday for public days, because it must take something from you which will sustain the remembrance in your heart, in your mind, in your brain. So what we are doing is what people are doing all over the world, So it fall on the 30th, fall on Sunday, but we are taking a day off, a day of activities. We are taking a day of activities off, which is Monday. days of activity. That is how it's being done. Even in Nigeria, some of the activities that equally fell on Sundays, they shifted the public holidays on Monday, because these are the things that will help to solidify the remembrance in you. You know, you take off activities because you want to observe, because you want to remember, because you wanted to make something special in your life. So anything that does not take a sacrifice from you is almost worthless. So, but when it takes a sacrifice, an offer from you, it make it special, and that is why it's going to be extended till Monday. Thank you very much, Mazepat. But before we proceed in this very program, Mazepat, there are things we need to analyze about the question and answer on Maze Nnamdi Kanu today. Onyendu, our leader. Yeah, so in his question and answer, I have said these things here, and actually we have to repeat it again and again, because our people, they take time to understand things and they take time to accept things anyway. So we have said it here. People who are in the behavior of just trying, I don't know what they are trying to prove, calling question and answer every time to report one politicians that need to be dealt with or the other. Today, somebody reporting the Igwe of Mbaise that Mazi has to give you command to go to as to what to do to person who is actually imposing a threat to your life and to the life of your community. Why are you waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And why are you waiting for him to give you a command? Or why are you calling to aim it on air so that every time, everywhere you are as a human being, rise against injustice. IPOP families has right to defend themselves anywhere. Anybody that is imposing danger, that have decreed death over your life or imposes danger to your community, then rise against that injustice. Rise against that injustice. Defend yourself. Defend yourself. Stop coming on the air. We need you to give us an order to deal with this, Why are you waiting for order against injustice? How many times will it be broadcast in the Radio Biafra? Rise against injustice. There is nothing stopping you from taking action against injustice. There's nothing stopping you from mobilizing against injustice melted against you, against your family, against your community, or against IPOP family. Nothing is stopping you. Because if you keep waiting, you are waiting before you can rise against injustice. You will be past tense. You will be past tense. What happened will be discussed at your back. So you don't need to be calling Radio Biafra and telling Mazi, anybody that you know that poses dangers against your community, against your life, against anybody. IPOP members has the right to self-defense. Activate the self-defense you have. You cannot wait for any Igwe or any individual, for anybody to come and point you, or being recruited as an agent of DSS, or as an agent of Nigeria military, or anything to point you to that. It has already been said. Self-defense is activated. I cannot wait for such thing to happen to me. I cannot wait. Instead, I die with you. Instead, me and you will finish that day. I cannot wait for you to point me, and I will be a past tense, and you will have time to go and point another person. I cannot wait for such. Mobilize against it. That's what you need to do. Mobilize against it. Mobilize against any injustice anywhere melted against your people. Because the Bible said it, the Bible empower you that if hand join with hand, the wicked cannot go unpunished. You cannot be my Igwe or Igwe of my village. and you are mobilizing to come and point my house, to bring armies and police to my house to kill me, and I will be waiting. Let me tell you, the Arewa, the Fulani you are seeing today, they kick out Gowon from the government. And the people of Middle Belt, they feel it as an injustice. Nobody instruct Dinka. Dinka armed himself against Murtala Mohammed. And he waited for him at a strategic point. And he executed what he wanted. Because if he did not do it, he will also go down. It looked like act of sabotage for anybody to be calling. Mazi, give us command about this politician, about this. What are you doing? You have already been educated by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You have already, every one of us, you know what you are into now. You know what you are into now. So don't allow those danger to have advantage over you. Is a high risk. You have to deal with it decisively. You need to rise against injustice anywhere you are. Anywhere you are. Whether that injustice is melted against somebody else or against you, rise against it. Rise against it, mobilize against it. That is what IPOP stands for, and that is what IPOP has been consistently doing all these years. You must have learned. You must have learned. You must have learned. Let's stop sabotaging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu broadcasts. Let's stop sabotaging it. All the time. All the time. We must be very careful of this thing. We must know that it is for our own interest to protect and to guide Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is on our own interest to protect him. It's on our own interest. We shouldn't be all the time. We want to eat Mazi Nnamdi Kanu okunono. Every time I show it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu okunono. What are you doing as a person? And such injustice is being meted against IPOP family. Such injustice are being meted. If I am you, I will not wait to call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If anybody mobilizes against me, I will mobilize against that person. Be it Igwe, be it PG, be it politician. I will mobilize. Mazi, based on what I am saying now, can you play the video? Can you show the picture of what happened in Biafra? Did they wait for command? You know who is holding you down. You know. ESN has a template. ESN was not created to go after the politicians in your community. It is your primary responsibility. Self-defense. It is your primary responsibility to deal with anything that poses danger over your own life. Because if you don't, they will. If you don't, they will. That is just the point. You know who is holding you down in your community. Mobilize. Mobilize. Because if you don't mobilize, they will mobilize against you. That is just the pure truth. That is just the pure truth. Don't die as a coward. And don't let them take you out, delete you as just an ordinary text message, just a romantic message sent to a woman. They will just delete you. Don't allow it to happen. Mazi have already told you that everybody bleed. Everybody, including the army, the soldiers, everybody bleeds. Everybody bleed. Every Igwe bleed. Every PG bleed. Every saboteur bleed. Stop sabotaging the broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu all the time. You want to call. Let people share this video and let people who are into this very act all the time. Into this very act all the time. Let those people take caution now. Very, very important. Let them take caution now. If you cannot do your responsibility, don't push it to your wife. Don't push it to your children. Don't push it to the next neighbor. If you know that it is not, you can't do anything, you are just that you are not a human being, that you are a tree that they say they will cut down and you will stand still, then stop discussing it. Our people knows what is right. Do you know what is right to do? Don't be a talker. You want to talk, no action. Every time you want to say everything, talk everything, discuss everything, you don't even know where to discuss it. It's very irritating if we are listening to the message of heaven Mazen Nandekani is preaching. You want them to see in the video, we are in the broadcast, we are preparing, we are setting fight against our people. You must know that the people that you affect most are the people in your own community where you have right. Where you have right. You must know that when that saboteur is being recruited from your own village, you must know that it is your right to deal with that saboteur. It is your right. It is your right, because Osadebe Sina mwanya agadi mwanya neche ihe oge minine inine neche ihe oge agadi mwanya. It must be valvasal. People must understand that when you sought for the death of other people will also seek for your own death. That everybody bleeds. Everybody bleeds. Wisdom is profitable in every man's work. Wisdom is profitable in every man's work. When you take out wisdom from your work, you are finished. You are finished. You are finished as a people. We must know that it is on our own interest to protect Mazen Nandekanu. It is on our own interest to defend him. It is on our own interest to make sure that we always put him in advantage. Very, very important. Go through all his broadcasts. Every instruction has been given. Every instruction. In a very polite, in a very simple way. Stop broadcast. Unnecessarily. Are you an agent? It's not fair to my own self. It must where he has already devoted everything. Your own responsibility, you are giving him take this thing, move forward. Move forward. Yeah, you move forward. You don't need to sit there. Self-defense is activated. Take self-defense. Anything you can do to preserve yourself, anything you can do to defend yourself, do it. And if anybody in any Mbise are in the name of Igwe, traditional ruler, in the name of youth, anybody they are that decree death against IPOP, that is a high injustice. Because the future will recognize that this IPOP that you are ganging up against, they are doing everything for your interest. This IPOP, you want them dead today, you want them executed, you want them out. History will remember that everything they do is not for their own self-interest, but for everybody's interest. That is going to be for your own interest. History will remind you. History will remind you that they, IPOP, are sacrificing everything for your interest. There is nothing IPOP is doing for their self-interest. We must be preserved as a people. We don't have any other chance rather than what IPOP is doing. And we can see the discussion that is going on everywhere today. Constitutional amendment, we are hearing them restructuring, we are hearing them ban of open grazery, discussion is going on. People are moving out of their comfort zone to speak, and they are talking like there is things that is happening. Is that the result of the consistency of IPOP in their agitation for change, in the agitation for disintegration of Nigeria, in the agitation for restoration of Biafra, is what is forcing all these people who has already occupied their comfort zone. They have already occupied their comfort zone. They have already surrendered themselves with army, with security, the one they buy and the one that was given to them. For the matter of fact, these people are not troubled with anything. There is money. There is houses in abroad. You struggle, seek for visa, look for who the agent to give money. They don't need those processes. They go out, they relax anywhere they want to relax. They eat whatever they wanted to eat at any time. They are in their comfort zone. The only thing that is moving them out of their comfort zone now is the activities of this very IPOP all over the world. The activities of IPOP all over the world. That is what is moving them out. That is what is bringing about the discussion of amendment of constitution, the discussion of restructuring now, the discussion of banning open grazing. All these things are the result of the consistency of IPOP. Because they have tried the highest thing that can be used to stop such a forceful agitation of IPOP, which is death, which is prison, which is cell, intimidation. That is the highest tools you can use. They have used it. And they see that the use of those tools could not stop the agitation of Biafra. They thought that by applying those force, you become very afraid and you become intimidated, that you cannot talk today or speak against the injustice melted against Biafrans and melted against Igbos. They thought you would have kept quiet by now, seeing that they have arrested. They have used the instrument of arrest, so many of our people are kept in a place where they cannot communicate. So many they have killed them silently. The mass adoption of our people all over. These are instruments invented to stop you, to make you feel intimidated, to make you feel afraid. To make you stop speaking of this but they have seen it clearly that all these instruments invented to stop IPOP was not working for them. The more they imprison us, the more we are emboldened to what we are doing. The more we become fearless before our enemies. The more we remain formidable. So now they have seen the move, that it is approaching to their comfort zone, that very soon there will be no place to hide. They have seen it because they have used almost everything that can be used. Everything that can be used, they have used it. They have used it. And it was not able to stop IPOP. So it is only us IPOP today that we just accept to be stopped. For them, they are not able. Not even the Igwe of your village, not even the PG of your village, not even any individual who is a politician or non-politician in your village can be able to stop IPOP if we did not stop ourselves. Nobody. And that is why I'm telling you, if me, I have activated self-defense. Anybody that go against me, anybody that is ganging against me anywhere, I don't need calling Mazin and Kanu. I don't need calling our leader for me to defend myself or for me to defend any member of IPOP. If I know that you are such person and you are working to point me, and I will be past tense, and you will leave to point another person, I will end it up with you. I will end it up with you. That is just what we need to understand. So they have tried everything and they are not able to stop us. They cannot stop us at this very point. We are the reason why they are talking. We are the reason why they are coming out of their comfort zone to condemn the injustice, to begin to speak up. If not, because if they have succeeded in the intimidating IPOP, by now, nothing. By now, you cannot see them moving out of their comfort zone to discuss what is happening. And because they are not able to stop IPOP, agitation for separate, for disintegration have already started in the West. It has already started in Yoruba land. And right now, it's widening more and more. Everybody right now knows that. Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
It's like you're having
Yes, I can hear
difficulty. Yeah, it's like you're having difficulty with your network. There is a video you requested that I play about the Dietes Beef house on fire in Bayelsa State. Can we take that clip now?
Thank you.
Yeah, so Mazi, that is the clip of the king, man. He made himself the king. He was a former administrator, the first ever administrator of Bayelsa State as a governor. Are you there, Mazi Solomon?
Yeah, yes, I am here with you.
Yeah, so
I'm trying to look at the Facebook, because I'm not watching at the Facebook. I want to see exactly what is happening, because you said I'm having audio problem. Thank you.
Not audio, Mazi, but I think it's a network issue. It's a network issue, and you are like freezing. Your network is freezing, and I hope that you'll be able to sort it out. But all the same, your voice, your audio is very clear, very, very okay. But the video angle is freezing. So this person here, whose house is on fire, happens to be the head of all the traditional rulers in Bayelsa State. And the people have accused him of sabotage. They have accused him of betrayal. And the youth didn't go about asking Nnamdi Kanu to give them order to go and take the action you see them taking. They mobilized themselves because they knew where their problem came from. And they went ahead and did the needful. We all see it on the clip, how the whole place is being raised down. And even the man who felt so powerful, who felt so strong, he managed to escape with his life and ran away. Mazi Solomon, are you there?
Yes, I am here, Mazi. Yes. Yeah, the video is being showed. I have discussed about this very video before I asked you to play it out. And the reason why I want this video to be played out is because today again, after last time we discussed and said you had Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu said today, when you call, it's not time to start greeting me. And because so many people has been greeted in this Radio Biafra, and they ended up disappointing everybody. So he said it today. You call, every time you call, you want to thank, you want to. He said, I don't want, go straight to the point, because that's your point is what people wanted to get, you know. So, and when he said it, I see people following up small, but not in totality, but small. But what makes me more pain is when we have already in this program telling people, call Radio Biafra and ask questions that you need Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to answer regard to the struggle and regard to the position of things now, you know. So, and also get an instruction of next things to do. And all these instructions we are talking about has been given even long time ago. And we tell people there's no need for you. When you call Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will be trying to put word in his mouth of asking him what to do with the politicians in your own community that is swallowing everything in your own community.
And most of the politicians, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do not even know them in person. You know them in person. You see them every day. The king of your village, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, might not know him in person. You know the atrocities he's committing against you. So why not do the needful rather than coming to take permission?
Yeah, so this is the things that we are telling our people. Coming to say, this Igwe, I got the information, is the real. If you have confirmed it that anybody is a saboteur, you need to wait till question and answer day, or when Mazi come on the air for you to say it. Mobilized. That is just what we are telling our people. Don't wait till those people, till you become victim of their actions, of their conspiracy. Don't wait at all. Don't wait. Mazi has already said, these people also bleed. So that is what we have. Mazi part, we need to move forward in this very program because we have a lot to discuss in this very program. And yeah, as to regard to the 30th to 31st.
May. Yes.
Yeah,
But there is
May.
a video that I came across not quite long where the IGP was saying something, and I would like us to listen to it. I haven't listened to it, but it has to do with IPOB and ESL. Let's take a look at this.
Yes, I sent you that. I sent you the video just not quite long ago. So you can play it, then we'll start from there.
If you talk about the Southeast, our major challenges are activities of succession growth.
The audio seems not to be clear.
Okay, Mazi, I think this very video has gone viral. This is the IG, the new IG of police. In this video, what he's actually saying here that the major problem in the major problem they have to deal with in the Southeast is IPOB and the ESN. So he quoted other areas, but he said, particular in Southeast, that the major problem that they have to deal with is IPOB and ESN. Okay. Now, are you IPOB member? If you are in this platform and you are IPOB member, can you just send a comment, say, yes, I am IPOB member, or I'm a supporter of IPOB? As we are discussing, if you are, just said yes. And I will tell you why I said you are. We have about 162 people viewing this very program at this very moment live. It could equally be more. Maybe some people are using other means to view it. But looking at what IG or police says here shows that for you to be an IPOB member, you have already counted for debt. That is what the IPOB member, that is what IG police is saying here, that you are the major problem that they are facing in the Southeast. Execution of IPOB families. So if you are an IPOB family, there is a degree for death over your life. Now, if you receive this kind of information, will you go in and then be sleeping in your house? Look at number of people, they are IPOP members. Will you just go in Biafra land? You are sleeping in your house comfortably after you have known that the assignment that were given to Nigerian police as it stands today is to kill all IPOP. Is to kill all IPOP members. Is to imprison all IPOP members. And the ESN, will you now fold your hands? Self-defense must be activated. And the Mazi, in a previous discussion in the Radio Biafra, has already given you this very instruction. Why are you calling again? They have already mapped you out for death. So will you then fold your hands? And they will just come. They will kill your mama. They will kill your papa. They will kill everybody. And their newspaper will go and write it. And that's the end of it. The people that came to this world the way you came to this world, the people that we are being given birth to the way you are being given with equal rights, they are the people who said they want you dead. They want all of you killed, that you are their major assignment to take you out. And these are the people that you have sat down, agitate, complain of the killing of the Fulani. They never mentioned Fulani herdsmen to be their problem. But yet in the Benue, you are seeing people that are being killed like ant, like Inchi. They are being killed like a bushmeats. Everywhere, every day, their house being raised. And who are people who are perpetrating this very act? They are Fulani, well known. The whole world has gathered together and said, these people are the most dangerous, number 4 dangerous terrorist group in the world. But to IG police, Fulani herdsmen are not their problem. They are not their challenge. No. Fulani herdsmen, they cannot die. Why? They are the one killing people, killing Nigerians all over the places. Millions of Nigerians under the regime of Buhari has died as the result of the activities of the Fulani herdsmen. And yet, it's not a problem, it's not a challenge to IGO police. But IPOP family are challenged. What did the IPOP family do? IPOP family remain armless people. They have not carried arm. The department of IPOP that carry arm was named clearly. IPOP members doesn't carry arm. ESN was the part of IPOP that carries arm. It's very, very clear. In the day that IPOP launched ESN, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it was very, very clear that look at the template in which we are launching ESN. It's like when you come to your community today, they say vigilante group. Vigilante group, they carry cutlass, they carry gun. Does it mean everybody in that community is not a vigilante group? There is a section of this group of people that carries arm, that are armed. It's not everybody. It's not a common woman that is doing family meeting of IPOP family. It's not a common children who are gathered under the umbrella of IPOP. They are not the one carrying arm. ESN was the one carrying arm, and it was very clear. Mazi, after my comments, play the video when ESN was launched. Their mission was very, very clear. Their mission was very, very clear. To combat with Fulani terrorists who are killing the farmers, our farmers, who are killing our people in the bush, who are destroying our farm produce, who are raping our mothers, who are raping our fathers. And the police people and the army people, we are not able to repel against these people or to stop the evil of these very people. And we are the one at the receiving end. Every day our people cry back from the farm to the village, and nobody is actually monitoring and following up the activities of these Fulani herdsmen. Every day, the report of us being raped, our mothers, our sisters being raped. Who will stay in his good right mind, watching those things happening to their people, and they will not articulate anything? Even the vigilantes that they set up, they say vigilantes, they have not been able to go after these people, and this thing keep happening to our people. Then IPOP, under the agitation to restore Biafra, they now see it. If we are here for our people, we cannot watch this continue to happen. So the activities of the Fulani give birth to the launching of ESN, and our people come to support it, to deal with the terrorists that Nigerian forces were not able to deal with. That is just the pure truth. Any other things you are seeing happening in Biafran land is being perpetrated by the politicians. Burning police stations and doing this, it is the work of the politicians, because what you ordered is what will come to you. Tomorrow you are a PG, you are Igwe of a village, and you are appointing people to be killed. If people rise against you tomorrow, will you say that it is as the result of the effects of IPOP? Because you are the one inviting the people. That is what you need to know. Anything happening on the street of Biafra today, you are holding people's brother, people's sisters, people's mother in your prison with your police arresting innocent people. Don't you think you are provoking some group of people? Don't you think that some group of people, you are leaving them because some of the people you are heading are the breadwinners of the family? You think that the family will sit on hunger and they will be clapping for you? You will be forced to provoke them. You will be forced to provoke them. And when you provoke them, they will go after your police station. They will go after your police station where you are holding their fusion, where you are holding their breadwinners. Every injustice you melted against people, the Bible said it, that the way you measure to people, that is how it will be measured back to you. So the politicians and the wicked rulers in our land are the one provoking every activities of government in our communities. They are the sponsors. They are the sponsors. They are the sponsors. Their action and inaction and negligence is the sponsor. ESN remains a formation that is fighting terrorism and nothing else. That is the formation. So if you provoke the people of your state, if you provoke the people of your community, whatever you see, you take. Whatever you see, you take. You must know that people are at the receiving end of your evil ruling, of your inability to address issues, your inability to improve people's life. People are at the receiving end. Every of your negligence, there is people at the receiving end of it, and their position will not remain the same over you, over your community. So whatever thing that is happening in Biafra land, it is at the result of the activities of all politicians and even some of the Igwe that are being mentioned, that they are pointing hands on innocent people for killing. So people have to activate self-defense. They know where their problem is, don't you think? When there was a NSAS protest, don't people know where their problem lies? They went to the Oba of Lagos. They know where their problem lies. That is how it happened in every sensitive communities. They know who is dealing with them. They know who is holding them down. They know who is eating up what belongs to them. And they will mobilize and take the war to you. They will mobilize and take laws into their hands because they are left with nothing rather than self-defense. I've given an instances of the leper, the two lepers, who actually revoked the hunger that was in the land of Samaria for years. They sat in a place, there is no food, they are under hunger. And they decided that if they go back to the city, people will kill them because they have been expelled. Then, and if they go to the camp of Syria, the people will also kill them. But they looked at the two options and they compare it. Going back to the city, there is no food and we will die. Going to the camp of Syria, there is a food there. Maybe if they don't kill us, or if we succeed not dying, we might have food to eat. So they compare the two risks and they take the one they feel they have an advantage on. And they move to the camp of the Syrians. And the God of the poor, who listening to them, make the Syrians to run away, and they find food to eat. That is how people decide. If you push people to the wall and the death is the only option before them, they will choose better death. They will choose the death that is better than the other. Than for me to remain in this house, you will come in the night, put this house fire, burn me, shot me, kill everybody around. For me to die that kind of death, I will choose a different death. I will choose to die with you. If death is the only option that you left the people with, you cannot build hospital. You can't engage by saying, Southeast, we are building, okay, we are building hospital, we are building roads, we are building Niger Bridge, we are opening Igosha Seaport, we are opening Calabar Seaport. Instead of engaging with things that are practical, that people can see as a development, and it will calm them down, you are busy thinking that at this very age, you can be deceiving people with talk. That when you come and talk very good, people will just listen to you, while they are being dealt with reality. There's no amount of talk that I will talk here now that will change person who is hungry now to stop getting hungry in his stomach. The fact is that nature is dealing with that person in his stomach. Nature. And you are watching your children, no dinner. You are watching your children, no lunch. Is there any amount of talk that I will talk that will change that position? It's only action. And Jesus said, when somebody come to your house and that person is hungry, don't let that person go empty stomach. Don't let him go empty stomach. Don't say, God bless you, God will see you through. Give that person food, because that person is faced with reality. There is nothing hope can address in that very point. You are already faced with reality. It's not matter of giving you hope. It's not matter of telling you, give us 6 months. After 6 months, we didn't address the issue of the agitation, then we will join you. You don't need to talk it so that people will come down for you. Engage in a practical resolutions. In a practical, you know what your people want. You know how bad the instrument of governance has been in Nigeria. You know how the instrument of governance has been occupied by wicked people in Nigeria that are not ready to give way. You know that it's very hard for this Nigeria today to be better. You know that is very hard, because evil people, they have shared every instrument of governance in Nigeria. They occupied it. They are not ready to give space a bit. You know that the only solution of your people is what they are clamoring for, disintegration. You know all these things, but you in knowing all these things, you still want to give them fake hope. Don't you know that your fake hope is going to escalate the issues, escalate the matters? Because the more you make people to stay with reality longer, the more hardened you make them to become, the more deadly you make them to become. Very, very important. We must know this. Mazi, can you play the formation of ESN? So we keep reminding people.
Yeah, Mazi, you have to give me a little time to do that, please.
I've given you a little time. I gave you notice long time when I was talking.
I know, Mazi, I have the clip here, but I'm trying to bring it up. So just give me more little time. Yeah. Go ahead.
Because we need to show to the world that we are not confused. We IPOP families, we that are supporting IPOP under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOP family, we are not confused. And anybody that is looking beside or on the side thinking that we are confused, we are not confused. We are completely smart, intelligent with what we are doing. ESN is a formation that is combating with Fulani herdsmen. The carrier Fulani herdsmen who is carrying AK-47. It is heavy machine gun, AK-47. The world knows it. It is a heavy machine gun. It's a heavy military hardware. They are carrying it around illegally around our farm, killing our people. So ESN was launched to combat with them. Under the decree and the law of self-defense. You cannot sit back and you wait for people who has prepared, organized themselves to come and ride you, that your dead body will be going to court, that the dead body of your people will be going to court. It is not happening anywhere. You are killing people who are the doctors, the lawyers, who are the scientists that will provide solutions to the challenges that our communities are facing. And we will fold your hands every day. You come and kill them. And it is abomination in our land for we to wash you to rape our mother. You are defiling our land. And rape our sister. Rape in the whole world is a human abuse, is human right abuse. It is being taken serious everywhere. And why should Nigeria be watching our women being raped in the farm and they are not taking any action against it? We can't watch such thing happen. We are human. We have right. We have right as a human. We have our right. So government have their own right and we also have our own right. So that is what they need to know. And that is why ESN was launched in a well-organized way, so that whenever you ask the question, we can be able to answer your question amicably. Whenever things happen, we can be able to take responsibility amicably. That is why some people, they came to say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have claimed being responsible for the correction center in Imo State that got burned. The politicians did, because the measure you measure to people is what they will measure back to you. These are not burning police station, burning collision center is not the job of ESN, but is the job of people that you have denied justice. That is the pure truth you need to understand. ESN are amicably doing their job, and we are proud of them, and we are supporting them. But your police station will go on flame because you refuse to give people justice. You refuse to give your community, you refuse to give your people justice.
Mazi, let's take the clip now.
That's what you need to do. Thank you.
To defend our land against the excesses and ravages of Fulani terrorism and the hegemonic tendencies of the Sokoto Caliphate. For years, our mothers have not been able to go to the farms. Our daughters are being raped and cut into pieces. Everybody is aware of what transpired at Nimbo, at also Wani, what is happening right now in Delta, what is also happening in Ebonyi State, and also in parts of Abia. We cannot allow it to continue. We have cowards and spineless, lily-livered idiots as governors. They have given over our land to the Janjaweed to occupy in perpetuity. This very generation, this very IPOB will not tolerate it. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. We would rather all perish and die than to allow our land to be taken over by the Janjaweed. It cannot happen. This is a warning to all the governors who are conspiring. due to one political consideration or the other, to give our land to infidels and blood-sucking demons from the Sahel. It cannot happen, not under our watch. It's not going to happen. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Our invaders, we are being told, come from Senegambia. We are being told they come from Mali. Some are from Niger Republic. Some are from Chad, according to the governor of Kaduna State, El Rufai. Therefore, we are setting up the Eastern Security Network to combat the excesses of these vagabonds and criminals from across the Sahel. Along the same lines as Amotekun, and even the ones set up by the terrorists themselves, Mieti Yala. What we are launching today officially before the congregation of a global audience is the Eastern Security Network. Not a Biafran army, no. Anytime this army will march, we shall let the world know. But for now, and for our present purposes, we are there to defend the land of Biafra against these marauders from the Sahel, against a very determined incursion being led by terrorists, Fulani terrorists to be precise. What we are doing is no different from what Amotekun is seeking to achieve in Yoruba land. What we are doing is not far from what Miet Yala, the terrorists themselves, are seeking to achieve in the northern part of the damnable Zoological Republic. Our response to the endless cycle of insecurity, lawlessness, mayhem, destruction of lives and properties in Biafra land is the launch of this very Eastern Security Network. This very day, in the coming days and weeks, you will see them in their uniforms. You will see them performing very critical and vital functions of ensuring the security of our land. I urge each and every one of you to give them your maximum cooperation. Attempts in the past to resolve these very raging Fulani terrorist incursion into our land has been very fragmented and piecemeal. It has never worked. Just a few days ago, we received reports that Delta State, under Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, launched what he referred to as Delta Safe Operation Delta Hawk, only for Delta State. Whereas...
Mazi.
Thank you.
Yeah, when
Thank
you
you
look
so
at
much, Mazi Pat. I am here.
Yeah, when you look at the position of the new IGP, he said that IPOB and ESN is a problem that they have in the Eastern region. Is it because IPOB and ESN have become the obstacle? Is it what he's trying to say indirectly, that the Fulanis can no longer march forward because of the presence of IPOB, activities of IPOB and ESN in the Eastern region? Is it what he's trying to say indirectly?
Yes, actually, the body language and his statement correspond to the assumption. So, what actually is prompting them against ESN and against IPOP members is because the IPOP member, the IPOB has been the strongest resistance that the Fulani herdsmen has in around the eastern region. Then the launching of ESN also has pushed that very resistance forward. Now they know that with the presence of the ESN, they are not able to achieve their target in the eastern region. So it's really a very strong stumble block for them. So that is why they are coming in a full force. And so many people will not seem to understand this very message. Just for instance, Okay, they are in very good terms with the governors of the southern and southern governors, but all of a sudden the southern governors, they come on a meeting and they all of them collectively now decide the ban of open grazing. So the moment they said it, you discover that all the Fulanis, both the executives, both the people, both ordinary people, you see how they raised up, because that has, yeah. So the moment that thing has to do with the things that relate to Fulanis, all of them, they will reason, they will become vocal. They will not wait for any deliberations. They will tell you their stand each and now and then. And these are the Fulanis who are actually moving around with the cattle that they are not contributing to the nation economy. They are not paying tax. Even the people that are being hired to be looking after those cattle, there is none of them that are paying tax. So what are they actually contributing to the growth of Nigeria that will make the federal government of Nigeria to be taking their issue as a priority against other people? So when we talk about these things, you need to understand that the only people that they are looking to kill right now are people who are mounting a stumble block to the Fulanis. No one else. Even in the Yoruba land, why did they spot Sunday Igboho? Do you think is this one the professor, or that it is his motivation that is bringing the Fulanis? That is Akintoye. Do you think that this thing that Tony Nadi is going around him is what is bringing the Yorubas out? No, the action of Igboho, the kind of agitation of IPOP, Oduduwa land or death, final. It's not all this talk or grammar that is making people you are seeing on the street, because that will make me to digress, because I wanted to talk about Tony Nadi, coming on one of the stations and making mouth, because they all got mad whenever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to claim credit for IPOP. They will all be mad. They
or
will be
anytime there is
sleepless.
a progress, any significant
any made when Mazi come to claim the credit for IPOP. Do you know what this IPOP has been contributing? Why shouldn't their leader claim credit for them? Because what they are looking at today, the Yorubas you see on the street, is as the result of the motivation of Sunday Igboho, who took the kind of stand that IPOP took. It's not these people that are speaking grammar. There are so many grammatic people in Yoruba land, and they are very fluent with English. But they cannot be able to bring out the kind of the type of people that are in the street. How many of them have been able to bring out the kind of crowd that are agitating for? It has been long. They are talking of this Oduduwa thing. But the position of Sunday Igboho, the kind of action, which is the same position that IPOP took, that you don't need to be painting words. You don't need to be pampering Fulani. If you pamper Fulani, they will kill you and they will check you out. And they are doing it in Yoruba land. Many Yorubas are that they have run to refuge in Benin Republic now. And there is no war. There is no war in Nigeria. But they are seeking for refuge. Nigerians seeking for refuge in another country. A whole Yoruba nation. This is not what a grammar can reverse. It is what an action. So the action and the action of Sunday Igboho, which was the position of IPOP, was what motivated Yorubas. These people that are speaking grammar, allow them to lead rally and see if anybody will come to follow them. It is not, the Nigerian problem has gone beyond where grammar can address anything. All these things that you see Tony Nadi trying to claim credit for what he has not done. Anything that is taking place in Nigeria today is as the result of the position of IPOP. No other person. Grammar have not addressed anything in Nigeria. Who are you speaking grammar for? Did they tell you that Fulani people know grammar? Are you not seeing so many of them who are ministers? Have they been able to interpret or even read out things that are being written, speech that are being written out for them? Is Buhari speaking grammar? Is Buhari speaking grammar? Whose Fulani person can you say is speaking grammar fluently? That is hearing the grammar that you are speaking.
Even the Fulani does not even speak English. They prefer their Fulfude dialect. And that is the language that Mazi Kano have spoken, from the beginning. The Fulfude.
Very well. Very well. So that is what our people have to understand. Forget about all these things. Na meyale kawu, na meyale kabusu. Here and there. Saying things that should not, instead of people to come out and band themselves together with the moving train, with people who has already taken positions that can address the problem that they are facing. They will be coming online and they will be calling the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, calling the name of IPOP and that. Forgetting that the people that put them into the situation they are is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The killing of Biafra has been on even before the arrival of Wazirike in 1999. They have been killing us. In every slight provocation, you hear the numbers of people that are being killed.
That was what Wazirike said, that it was because of the killing of Biafra that even made him to emerge. That it was because of the killing and intimidation of Biafra that brought him out in the first place. That he sought his saw what was happening and said, no, that the killing of Biafra have to stop. So why are people now blaming Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after 20 years for the killing of Biafrans? Mazi, we'll have to start rounding it up now.
That is just the stupidness in their head. Yeah, that is the stupidness in their heart. Then that is the stupidness in their heart, because they are being driven by envy or by jealous. Of which, what do anybody has to jealous about this struggling period?
Mazi, there is something I want to ask.
Where we are.
There is something I want to ask you before we round up. The 30th of May sit at home, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have extended it to 31st, that everybody, everywhere should be locked down. And we've seen people coming out to say, no, the 30th should be respected, that you don't have to shift it to 31st. That we even saw the former deputy coming out to tell people that no, that we cannot, in fact, the 30th is sacrosanct, according to the only English he knows how to speak, that it should not be shifted to 31st. Mazi, I know you pointed this out earlier before, but what do you have to say as regard to the stand of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that we will be praying for our heroes on Sunday, but on Monday, which is 31st, everybody will be sitting at home? What is your take on that? And then we'll round up the program.
Mazi, the truth is that the person who make this very comment does not actually he does not actually fit into my response. There is so many things that has happened with the IPOP leadership and this and that. So, and you need to understand that the person you are referring to is one of the weakness and the failure, or one of the backwardness that IPOP has experienced. So I don't believe that he is in his right mind, because when you watch all over the world the way these things are being done all over the world, even in the place they claim to be their country, Nigeria, you discover that when a special day fall into weekend, then the next active day or work day will be taken as the holiday, because weekend is like a general holiday. It has already been calculated as a holiday, and what we are looking at 30th of every May is to take off a day of work to remember our heroes. So we want to sacrifice that day, that we will have it as a special day where we don't need to engage into activities, or that we withdraw from job. We sit at home and we reflect. And in the ongoing, as when Biafra will be restored, it's going to be a very big ceremonial day where so many things are going to play out, and we like people to take off the days of work for them to be able to participate. So it happened in the country where I am. That is how it happened. It's called Answer Day. That very remembrance days of armed forces, remembering people who fought for the country, for Australia. It fall on Sunday this very year. Now on Monday they give out public holiday, so people can stay at home, reflect, watch the documentary, and relate to what has happened and what that very day and time mean for them. Sometimes they took that day off, they sit with friends, and they actually try to memorize what that day are for them. It happened everywhere, even here where I am. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to extend the Memorial Day up to the Monday, is the right step in right direction. So people should understand this. So the illiteracy of people, or the failure of people, should not be what we should be listening to, because they are failure. The person who is making this very comment is a complete failure, is a complete, even double failure. Double failure in my own assessment. In my own assessment, I have nothing to do with the disagreement of people. Anybody can disagree with anybody. But at the time when you are disagreeing, what I am looking about is not the disagreement. I am looking about the point in which you are standing to do your disagreement. If you are disagreeing as a stupid man, as a foolish man, fushauzu, banyanofia, I should look at you as a failure. So that is what important. I have the right today to disagree with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but what you should watch at me is that, on what point am I disagreeing? Am I disagreeing with what is right and what is obviously right, and I'm disagreeing with it? You should look at me as a failure. And that is how I assess the person in the place of Uchemofo, who were making that very statement. The 30th May did nobody take out the 30th May for the remembrance of our heroes. But additional 31st is because it falls in a day that is already taken as a public holiday. It's just like when you go to hospital. You want to make an appointment. They have to check for available date. Sunday is already been taken as a general public holiday. So it means it's just ordinary Sunday for us.
Mazi, it also shows the importance we at individual level attach to this day. That is to show you that for Uchebe, for the likes of Uchebe, for them, the 30th May does not really matter much. But for those of us like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even if the 30th May have to even extend till 1st of June, it shows the importance they attach to this day, that we have to honor it, even if we have to extend a day further to give our heroes a wonderful remembrance.
You make a very big point there. You make a very big point there, Mazipat. You make a very big point there. So when people speak like that, you know that they are the people who are not ready to sacrifice anything. Nothing. They are not ready to sacrifice anything for the betterment of your life. But they will come with the mouth. Biafra is in their mouth, but not in their heart. They are not even ready to sacrifice. They have been sitting down there collecting money, eating money from what some of us, we are sweating, suffering. Some of us, we are in the prison. Some of us, we are suffering in detention camp, yet they are paying contribution. And somebody is sitting comfortably collecting salary. When the time comes to sacrifice for Biafra, they will run away. They will show you their anger, their disagreement, and everything. But they are not ready to lay down anything that is a sacrifice to the people they confess they love. They only love us with their mouth, but their heart is very far from us.
Not even to extend one day for our heroes' remembrance, if not for anything. Are you there?
No, one day is too much for them. One day, the sacrifice of that one day, it is very heavy for them. A very heavy. Yes, Mazepat, I am here. Okay. I am responding to what you said. The sacrifice for that one day is very heavy for them. It's very heavy. And they want to compare to themselves to somebody who has taken a stand to the level that his mother, his brothers, and his relations were gone down. They passed away for that. A man who has taken himself to the dungeon, to the hell of Nigerian prison, making a sacrifice for us to have a better life. They want to compare themselves with such a person. But a day sacrifice is very heavy for them to make for the hero and the heroes, people who lay down their life that they might see a better days. That one day is a heavy sacrifice for them to make. Is a pity. They are always failure in everything. Thank you, Mazepat, for making me part of this very program. My name remains Solomon Peter. I wish to be back when Mazepat will choose to bring me. In my closing remark here, I will remind us again that we Biafra, we must know that this stage where we are in this very struggle, our common sense is very, very important. We need to activate our common sense. We need to engage. We need to know that at this very moment, we cannot wait for anybody to stop us. If you decree to stop us, we will stop you. At every point, self-defense is activated. Stop waiting for anybody to fall from heaven to be able to defend you, against what is very close to you. Don't wait for that. And don't wait to call Radio Biafra. It's like a sabotage. Calling Mazen Nandekanu to put a word in his mouth. We need to change our attitude. We need to be brave enough. We need to know that we are all in this together. That is not one man job. We need to know that we have the power to mobilize against injustice. That is very important, and my message to Biafran. Thank you very much. We are not saying this because we want violence, or we want to sponsor violence, or we are a violent people, but we are saying it as a piece of advice. And what is right, what can be rightful, what can be done, that is right. So that is why we are saying it. So you need to know that nobody has right to take away your life, not even in the name of a president, not even in the name of governor, without taking you to a competent law. So, but if they decree it by themselves, always make them to understand that they don't have such right. Activate self-defense. Go for it. Make sure you save your life and save the life of others around you. Very important. Thank you for listening to me. I do appreciate you, Mazepat.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and God bless you, Mazi Solomon. Thank you. Yeah, Biafrans, I want to say thank you very much. Thank you for the time you've given us. We also have our personal and individual activities. We'll be always coming back. This weekend, we're going to be here all through because we are going to be talking about, we'll continue talking about the sit at home to motivate our people, encourage our people to sit at home and honor our heroes and heroines who made the ultimate sacrifice that have kept us alive today. And I'll be leaving you with the clip of Mazen Nnamdi in court, where he didn't show any fear before the enemies. He stood even in the court of Buhari and called him a madman. And it is important we take note of this. Until we meet again, I want to say have a wonderful Friday afternoon, and God bless you all.
Tell Buhari, that's what I said. that he is mad. He cannot join me. He cannot join me. He's a madman. He appoints judges. Buhari has appointed judges in this country. He should stop integrating judges. That is rubbish. People can have it, I will not have it. I won't have it. I will not have it. Buhari can intimidate judges, not me. Yes, nonsense. They are killing my people. Yeah, okay. After killing my people, you tell me to tell the secret. Yeah. The person is mad. Completely mad. There's a contempt of court proceedings here. Contempt of court. They don't obey court order. They don't obey court order. You're telling me secret prayer. Well, I'm the back of the rubbish. The boss being born. Rubbish. Rubbish.